Welcome back to the deep dive. In part 1, we talked about Fang Yuan resetting the timeline. But today we have to talk about the moment that makes most readers quit the book.
We're talking about the bear, aren't we?
We are. But before we get to the horror, we have to understand the beauty. We have to talk about the legends of Renzu.
Right. This is the story within a story. Every few chapters, the author pauses the action to tell a fable about the first human, Renzu.
Exactly. And these aren't just fairy tales. In this world, these stories explain how the universe works. For example, there's a story about how Renzu gave his eyes to the goo of wisdom, or how he cut out his own heart to save his children.
It's surprisingly philosophical. It paints a picture where humans are weak and goo are the forces of nature. Love, rules, fate. Humans are just struggling to survive between them.
It sets the stage. It tells us that life is suffering and struggle. And that brings us back to Fang Yuan.
Because Fang Yuan doesn't just read the stories, he embodies the most ruthless parts of them.
He does. So let's set the scene. Fang Yuan is still in the early game. He's low level. To advance, he needs to refine a specific goo worm, the man-beast life burial goo.
And the recipe for this goo is nightmare fuel.
It requires a living bear. And inside that bear, you need to put a living human, specifically a young girl.
This is the part where people gasp. He doesn't just find a random enemy. He befriends a young girl from a rival clan. He acts like a mentor. He gains her trust completely.
He plays the long game. He's charming. He's helpful. And then, at the critical moment, he knocks her out, feeds her to the bear, and burns them both alive to create the goo.
It's monstrous. There is no other word for it.
It is. But here's the disturbing part. Fang Yuan feels nothing. No malice, no sadism, no regret.
That's the difference between him and a typical villain like the Joker. The Joker laughs. Fang Yuan just calculates. To him, that girl was just an ingredient, like an herb or a stone.
And that is the filter. This scene is the author asking the reader, you said you wanted a villain protagonist? You said you wanted someone who seeks power above all else? Well, here it is.
It strips away the romance of being an anti-hero.
Exactly. It proves that Fang Yuan has completely abandoned his humanity to pursue the Tao. He has become a demon in the truest sense.
So, after he gets this goo, does he win?
He survives, but the walls are closing in. The clans are going to war. An ancient inheritance is opening up. And Fang Yuan is about to step onto a much bigger stage.
The village arc is ending. The world is opening up.
And trust me, the bear was just the warm-up. Join us for part 3, where we discuss the Three Kings' inheritance and the moment Fang Yuan shocks the entire world.
I need a drink after this one. See you in the next loop.